for speaking to CoinGeek. First, I'd like to know, we have this activity blockchain workshop that's happening now at the SEC with participants from different parts of the government. Tell us more about this activity.
Okay, so thank you. It's actually a workshop for blockchain for government agencies, namely the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas and the Department of Information and Communications Technology. No? It's a course that was offered for free by the N-Chain AG Group, where the SEC actually sponsored the venue. No? And this event is really geared towards focusing on how to use blockchain, an introduction to blockchain, how to use blockchain as regards the regulatory functions of government agencies, as well as, if you look at the curriculum, some of it is about how to manage risks associated with blockchain, what are the different avenues for utilizing or using blockchain for more utility type purposes, rather than just crypto. But the crypto still being important in terms of how we regulate, how we monitor the business models.
Why do you think it's important to have workshops and seminars or educational programs like these for the government agency officials?
One of our mandates from our Commission on Bank is to not just think of the SEC's work as a public service, but also consider professionalizing, institutionalizing professional practices that are out in the industry, best practices in the private sector, and bring them onto public agencies. That being said, blockchain is, as we all know, a very cutting-edge technology, has been for a while now, and it's continuously growing.
Since you mentioned that, what kind of blockchain projects does the SEC have at the moment?
We're trying to introduce these concepts of dynamic objects rather than static ones. Just to give you an example, if you go right now to our office and ask for a certified true copy or request it over Sec Express or over courier, you get a static document. 10 days from now, if you need something else that's more timely, then you might have to request for another certified true copy, right? It's very static. With blockchain, the chain establishing, therefore, the history of documents that are secure or trustable, we can provide continuing changes to the document and still it being identified by that identifier. So that object is now an organic object that you can continuously come back to see if there are any updates as regards, if certification still holds true for a certain company over time. Our efforts are geared towards that, providing blockchain as, I think, a vehicle for documents as they are in a way smart contracts on the blockchain, as well as providing authentication of documents, probably provenance, and all these things through blockchain, really maximizing those features for public services provided by the SEC. In particular, as I mentioned, I can only speak to that for regulation of or the regulating of companies or corporate entities.
Anything in the pipeline in terms of your work with N-Chain?
We're really looking to establish better trust for Philippine companies, not just for local investor protection, but also for foreigners to see us as a more viable, leading-edge, technology-wise investment as compared to, I guess, other countries or other jurisdictions. But generally, so that we'll have better environment for investment and for the market in general.
Right. And lastly, I know that you've been exposed to blockchain as early as you mentioned, was it 2017 or even before that? Right. So the way you've seen it evolve and what people are saying about the technology and how what it can bring to companies, entrepreneurs, also with some of, I think N-Chain has some projects right now with the Block Dojo incubator program where they will be teaching and supporting some startups in the Philippines. Yeah, so what are your thoughts on what this technology can bring to Filipinos, how we can benefit from it?
Personally, I guess blockchain might not be, I guess, in a way, not as sexy as more front-end technologies, authentication, mobile applications, things like that. If ever, blockchain will probably utilize other technologies, mobility, again, mobile applications, to establish points of interaction with end users, right? But I think blockchain will consolidate a lot of the core of the information that we're seeing that's being submitted, for instance, to government, that the government is monitoring, that public services are being offered through, in the sense that we can actually secure information better, right? And I think that's one of the more direct benefits. Indirectly, once we have established that trust and continue establishing it, as I've mentioned, then we become more viable as a market for investments from foreign investors. We also become distinguished as part of the global community of regulators. So I guess the prestige and all the goodwill that will probably bring, hopefully we can parlay that to growth of the market itself. That will filter down to everyone, basically.
Exactly. Sounds great. And what a great vision that is. And thank you so much for your insights.
Yes, thank you very much.
I'm here with one of the participants at the SEC who is attending the blockchain workshop with nChain. Hello, sir. So what have you learned so far this morning from the workshop?
Actually, the fundamentals of the blockchain technology, actually the session is good and it's a kind of enlightening and could be a knowledge source for the blockchain technology. So in our end, in the ICTD side, I think this is more on the technology, so we have to be adept on it in terms of execution, could be or anything that will be work around on those kind of technology. Although on the personal note, could be in terms of the use of the blockchain, it's not yet matured enough in the Philippines. So because some kind of hesitation for now, because might be on the misconception and lack of knowledge, lack of information, and etc. So that will be the kind of the environment right now. Although with this kind of orientation, information dissemination would be, I think this will be a good avenue for us to know about the blockchain technology.
What is your assessment so far in terms of the speakers here today?
Actually, as what I mentioned, I am amazed of the speakers because I think most of them are in the top caliber position and you know, they very much equipped with all this information about the technology, and they're probably brilliant enough to discuss what their forte is in terms of their area in the technology.
Anything that you're looking forward to?
Although there's already a discussion on the security. Actually, the misconception on the blockchain is more on the security side because of the proliferation of breach and etc. and all the compromised system within the Philippines. So I think the data security, data identity security, protection, etc. that would be a main concern on this kind of technology. So we're moving forward on our end, although we understand a little bit right now. So there will be a kind of what will be the what they call this maximum protection might be later on that will be incorporated in this technology. So those misconceptions and misunderstanding on that kind of technology will be eliminated. And so going forward to that kind of technology later on.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you also.
Bitcoin mining, Bitcoin wallet, blockchain, stablecoins, MetaNet, the evolution of money. Everybody is talking about Bitcoin today, but what exactly is it? Learn the basics from experts. Learn what Bitcoin is, how it works, and why it matters. Blockchain 101, your ultimate guide to the fundamentals of blockchain.